What's going on, guys? Astro here with Hidden Profits Crypto. Before we get into today's video, as usual, we're getting real close to 4,000 subs, so if you guys could help me get there, I would appreciate it a ton. I also want to say welcome to all the new subscribers, as we do have quite a few. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure to do so. We upload 3 times a week, if not more. We show low cap, hidden gems, and all sorts of other great projects. So if that sounds interesting to you and you don't want to miss out, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tick the notification bell. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, guys, so today we're going to be taking another look at DeFimons. Now, this was a project that we looked at a few weeks, let's see, about a month ago. And since I made this video, there were a ton of updates, as well as they released the white paper. The actual game map has been updated, and I have a little bit of information on some other things. So I figured we would go ahead and take a second look at it, as I do really think that this project could be something pretty big. And I think there's a lot of potential to just stay in on this thing really early and stay up to date. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so here we are at their Twitter, the DeFimons. Again, go follow them if you guys haven't already, so you can stay up to date with all of their information that they drop. Now, I am going to just kind of scroll down here because I have a few things I wanted to show you guys. Some new characters that they're working on, as well as some partnerships. And, you know, this picture when AMA, and you can see here some characters standing in front of a stage. So, you know, interesting to see what they will do with AMAs and the game, but we will just have to kind of see. They're also doing some little kind of partnerships with other projects. You have this Dingo's Harmony project. And if you're a holder of the NFT, then you're getting this special little inmate character skin or whatever it may be. So that's pretty cool. It's cool that they're working with other projects to bring some of those people from the other projects to bring their attention to DeFimons. So the main thing I wanted to look at here was the white paper, as it has been released on the 24th. So let's go ahead and head over there, and we're going to take a look at some things. All right, so here we are at the white paper. So we're just going to go ahead and read through this whole thing. It's not super long, but there's a lot of pretty good information in here. So I feel like it'll be pretty valuable to just go over the whole thing. So what is DeFimons? DeFimons is a play-to-earn MMO RPG that spreads over different worlds. Players can mint NFT characters which move around in a 32-bit nostalgia-inducing world. In this world, they can explore the wilderness, encounter wild monsters, and capture them, play mini-games, and participate in PvP battles to compete for other top positions in the leaderboards. So players can choose between different factions and weekly missions based on the faction that they're in. So players will be able to do all these things while having the freedom to change character outfits, interact with NPCs, find in-game secrets, and most importantly, earn tokens. So obviously, it will be play to earn. So DeFimons is built as a game first project. The opportunity to earn tokens is based on skill. Game economy is built with the goal of self-sustainability. Majority of the sales from health packs, stamina packs, and other small NFT items go towards generating weekly rewards, PvP competition rewards, etc. So the built-in DEX drives support and the economy through the generated trading fees. NFTs empower our gamers with ownership of what they can capture, earn, and find in the game. There are many ways to spend in-game currency and NFTs, and that will be farming, staking, buying character outfits, apartments, fruits, and health packs, PvE battles to capture rare monster NFTs, completing weekly missions to win prizes, P2P marketplace for outfits, monsters, and apartments, and PvP battles to win prizes. So, you know, there's multiple different ways that you can actually earn some crypto or NFTs, whatever it may be, through this game. So I like that it's not just one thing. There's a lot of different things you'll be able to do. So our vision is to build a game that rewards players for getting invested in the ecosystem. DeFimons will give them a platform to interact, hang out, and play with their friends, get engrossed into the lore and hidden mysteries of the map, compete in weekly leaderboards, and attend monthly events. So I also think the kind of social interaction of being able to walk around and actually have like a in-game chat that you can chat with other people, I think that's great because there's not really a lot of projects out there, at least gaming crypto projects right now, where you can kind of have that social interaction in the game. So that brings a little bit more people to, you know, maybe just stay around if they're not They don't have anything to do. Maybe they just want to hang out and just chat with people. So it's a good way to keep people in the game, as well as having, you know, the little hidden mysteries on the map. That'll be fun to explore and see what you can find, or maybe even earn. Maybe you can find some hidden NFTs or some outfits or something like that, as well as the leaderboard. I think that keeps it competitive and gives people a reason to want to keep playing, as, you know, a lot of people are pretty competitive. So we want to bring out the best version of Metaverse with DeFi while giving players a sense of nostalgia. So the story, I'm going to just go ahead and skip this. If you guys want to know a little bit of the lore, I did talk about it in the first DeFimons video. So there should be a link on the screen. You guys can just click that and go check it out if you haven't already. But monsters, so every monster players capture in the wild is minted as an NFT. It varies in attributes, growth rate, type, and much more. The rarity of a monster NFT depends on various factors such as base rarity, common, rare, and extra rare, location of where the monster was found, and its growth rate. So these monsters are tradable in the pet store building. Players can interact with the NPCs inside the pet store and buy new monsters or sell their captured monsters. So the rarity, each generation of monsters will have a certain amount of monsters that are common, rare, and extra rare. Taking an example from Generation 0, we plan to introduce 40 monsters. 33 will be common, 6 will be rare, and 1 will be extra rare. So common monsters are infinitely minted, although there are measures present in the game to tackle oversupply of common monsters. Rare monsters will appear for every 100 common mints. Appearance does not guarantee a mint. If the player is unable to capture a rare monster, that chance is lost forever. So I think that adds a little bit more fun to the game too, because, you know, maybe when you're running around in the grass or whatever it may be, and one of these monsters pops up and it happens to be a rare monster, you're really going to have to make sure that you capture it because you don't want it getting away. Extra rare monsters, they can only be found in story missions. Players will need to collect rare keys to a dungeon where they can battle the extra rare monsters. So, you know, this is kind of thinking the aspect of like the legendary, you know, creatures that are much harder to find. You actually have to go out of your way and kind of into their home to find them. So definitely think this is a really cool idea for the rarity. I think having the commons infinitely mintable makes sense because, you know, you're going to be walking around and finding all of them all the time. But having something to take care of that oversupply is good because it will at least give the common monsters some sort of floor value. So generations, each generation of monsters introduces players to newer kinds of types and newer kinds of monsters. An older generation of monster will always be more rare than any of the newer ones. We take an example of 3 generations of monsters being launched one by one. Then you have the types. Third generation of monsters introduces players to new kinds of types. Each type is specifically weak against some types and stronger against others. We take example of land, water, and air. So, you know, you have your land type that's strong against the water type, which is weak against air type, and etc. So, here's one of the more cool things for me, the mutations. So every monster has 3 stages. Each newer stage introduces a newer attack and newer defense ability that player might choose to keep or reject. The newer attack and newer defense ability replaces an older attack and defense, thus making your monster one of a kind. Mutations follow a simple pattern. Mutation 0, baby animal taken from the real world. Mutation 1, adult animal taken from the real world. And then the mutation 2 will be a mythical animal taken from folklore around the world. So I really like this idea of keeping like actual animals and then kind of mutating them into these wild mythical creatures. So definitely really cool there. Outfits. Every outfit is a NFT that the player owns. These outfits can be used in game and swapped whenever the player wants. While some outfits are common, other outfits might only be minted for a specific amount of time or supply, so the players can't buy or sell outfits in the clothing store. During initial game setup, players are provided with outfit NFTs of 0 value, but players can quickly visit the clothing store and change to something else in order to show off their swag. So, and I will also say for the IDO of the sloth token, which will be the currency you'll be using in this game, there will be some little special outfits that you can get if you partake in the IDO. Also, That being said, if you are a US resident, you will not be able to take part in that IDO, as Artemis doesn't allow any US residents to partake. So that sucks, but it is what it is, because I believe there is KYC for it. So apartments, and this is new. I haven't really seen them mention anything about this until the white paper. So apartments are specific flats in building presence on the game map that players can buy as NFTs. So players can stake their monsters here to help them regenerate health and stamina at a faster rate. The number of monsters a player can stake depends on the size of the apartment. So players can design their apartments, stake their monsters inside, and save on expenses that would otherwise go towards buying health packs and stamina. Each building will have a certain number of apartments. So I think this is really cool. It also gives your NFTs something else to do. Like they said, you can save some of your expenses or currency, whatever it is, the sloth token, I'm sure you'll have to use to buy those health packs and stamina. But you can save some there by not only just staking it, but it's actually going to be faster than if you were to just do it the normal way. So I really like that, giving you multiple options. And I like the idea that you can stake more monsters depending on the size of your apartment. So that's pretty cool. So player versus enemy, we spoke on this. So I'm not going to go over it here. Social features. So each player will have an in-game tablet where they can add other players as friends. So players can chat with other players using the little chat mode here that appears when players enter the cafe building in Haiwa City. So again, I already kind of spoke on this, but I think bringing a social aspect to this game is going to be great, just to keep people actually interacting. I'll use DeFi Kingdom as an example. If you don't really have any quests or any harvesting or whatever it is that you need to do, there's just really no point to even be on the game. You can just kind of close it and forget about it. So, and I think that is a small downside, because you really do, from like a game aspect, want to keep people on the game and interacting with it as much as possible. So I think that's great. Here are some tokenomics. I'm not going to go over these too much, but 50% will be for liquidity and in-game rewards. 5% of the IDO, like I spoke of. So if you guys want to take part in that, and then all the rest of these. So the economy, the game proposes to have an in-game economy which maintains the token price and rewards for users. Users of the token include, and are not limited to, buying and selling monsters, buying health packs, stamina packs, backpacks, skateboards, roller skates, etc. So it's cool that you're going to be able to have some sort of item for more mobility, so you don't have to just walk around everywhere. Buying and selling apartments, buying or selling character outfits, farming and staking, rewards from weekly missions, rewards from PvP competitions, and governance. So a lot of things to do here. In the economy, there's a number of ways in which players can earn while playing DeFimons. So you can sell the monsters that they capture from the wild forest. So this gives you a way that if you're just bored, maybe you just want to run around and just capture a bunch of the wild creatures and then sell them. So you can do that. There's going to be weekly mission rewards, PvP competition rewards that they already mentioned. Participating in mini games and casinos, which is very interesting. Designing and selling the apartments. So I want to note that it does say designing. So I'm assuming that you will be able to, kind of set these apartments up the way that you want and then flip them. So maybe it might be good to get a lot of apartments in the beginning, get them kind of modified or whatever it is, to where they're worth as much as they can be, and then flip them for some profit. And then farming and staking, like we spoke of. So profits from health packs, stamina packs, outfits are turned back into the game in form of rewards for the weekly missions and the mini game leaderboards and the PvP competitions, maintaining a minimum price for common monsters. So this makes sure that players always make a profit from PvE and PvP matches. So then they have their roadmap here. This phase will be focused on community building and launching some core parts of the project, which is the current quarter that we're in. So the Discord and Twitter community, the white paper, the game wiki coming soon, alpha release, IDO, the bank launch, which will have the decentralized exchange in the game, an in-game AMA, which is really cool. chat system. And then for Q2 of 2022, this will focus on NFT launches and the marketplace. So this will be the beta release, the Gen 0 initial mint, the Yorokabi apartment sale, hopefully I said that right, pet store launch, which would be a peer-to-peer marketplace for monsters, YouTube videos regarding the storyline and the lore. And then for Q3, PvE fights, clothing store launch, hospital launch, grocery store launch. Q4, they'll add the factions, sunken ship minigame, which sounds cool, graveyard minigame, monthly events will begin, as well as the weekly missions. And then Q1 for 2023, a bunch of other stuff, apartment sales in the different cities, Generation 1 mints, some expansions, which is really cool, as well as the PvP competition. And then Q2, the World of Nefaria expansion, so more expansions to a second chain, which is cool. Generation 2 initial mint, some more expansions, and then apartment sales in that city. So something I also want to mention with the apartments thing, as it seems like, you know, you're going to have an apartment sale in the Hiawa City, Kurigami or Kuri, whatever that is, and the Charrington or whatever that one is. So I think it's going to be beneficial to have apartments in these beginning cities, because these are going to be probably the most popular, obviously. So can be very beneficial to pick up some of those apartments when they do launch. So that pretty much wraps it up here at the white paper. I really knew that this project would have something going for itself, not only just like the style, but I think it's a really good idea. You know, they're taking some ideas from some pretty popular games that we kind of already know, but putting their own spin on it and making it into a fun experience that you can also earn some money. So I think it's great. We're going to go ahead and head over here to the main website, because I want to show you guys the updated map, and then we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up. So here is the updated map. You got my little character running around. Now this map is pretty big. This is alpha version 0.06. So again, still very early, but they have made quite a bit of improvements from the original map. I think there's a lot more stylization here. And, you know, I'm assuming that these buildings here are more than likely going to be like the apartments. So, you know, it's all going to be here in the city, and that's why I said it will be a limited amount, and you're probably going to want to pick some of those up when you can. You know, the pet store here, the bank. I don't know what this building is up here. Maybe this will be like the marketplace where you can buy some stuff. And like I said, they're going to have the little bikes and skates and skateboards and all that, so you can get around the city a lot faster. Maybe they even add cars, since they have the roads and everything. That would be cool. This is the bank, I'm assuming. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff here, kind of setting the foundation. But I know over time they will grow, and I'm really excited to see what this project does. But one last thing I almost forgot to mention was they did say that the whitelisting is going to be taking place, and they kind of gave me an example of how it's going to work. This is going to kind of be the similar system for the whitelisting. So there will be some spots for content creators, community engagement, arts and memes, influencers, and whatnot. So it's not going to be exactly set up like this, but they did say that there will be, this is kind of going to be the basic idea. So I also wanted to just go ahead and inform you guys about that. So if you're interested in partaking in the game and getting in very early, getting on the whitelist would be really your first step to get started. That's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this update on DeFimons. Like I said, I think there's a lot of potential here in this game, and that's why I want to keep you guys updated as the things come out, so you can get in early and kind of have all the perks that come with getting in a project like this very early. I'm sure there's a lot of people that if they could go back and find DeFi Kingdoms before it is what it is today, or a lot of these other really popular crypto games, you know, people would probably give their left legs. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment letting me know what you guys think about DeFimons, and if it's interesting to you, what you think. Also, make sure to subscribe and tick that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any of my future videos that I upload that are similar to this kind of content. Also, make sure to subscribe and tick the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date with all my future videos that I drop. With that being said, that's it for me today. I will see you guys in the next one, and until then, peace.